Learning Clash Royale one card at a time. Tips and tricks for every card that'll take you from a noob to a pro in no time. In today's episode, we'll be going through 4 cards: the P.E.K.K.A, Hog-Rider, Firecracker and Dart Goblin. Whether you're new to Clash Royale or a seasoned player, you'll find tips, tricks and strategies to dominate in the arena, as well as decks for each card. Let's jump in with one of the strongest cards in Clash Royale, the P.E.K.K.A. The P.E.K.K.A is a 7 elixir epic card with a slow movement speed, high hit points and very high damage output. Inferno's damage are reset with electric cards, so pair the P.E.K.K.A with cards like a Zap, E-Wiz or Electro Dragon to reset these Infernos and allow your P.E.K.K.A to reach the tower. Use the P.E.K.K.A to counter tanks. With its high damage, it can shred through high HP troops like giants and golems. Carry more than one small spell in your deck to give you flexibility to use a Zap on an Inferno and still be able to kill swarms like a Skami with a log. Use the P.E.K.K.A as a tank to soak up damage from the tower and other cards to allow your troops to connect to the tower. Most electric cards have a splash or chain effect which helps the P.E.K.K.A get through swarms. These are 2 decks that the P.E.K.K.A works great in. The P.E.K.K.A is all about raw power, but sometimes you need speed and versatility. For that, you can use the Hog-Rider, one of the most iconic cards in Clash Royale. Let's break down how to master the speedy troop. The Hog-Rider is a fast-moving building targeting win condition that costs 4 elixir, deals a lot of damage and can jump over the river. Use spells like Earthquake or Fireball to predict building placements to get your Hog on the tower. Place a tank in front of your Hog-Rider at the bridge. To do this, hover the Hog-Rider at the bridge and tap on the tank with your other finger. Then release both at the bridge by double tapping. Push in with the Hog-Rider when your opponent's towers are already shooting a tank. You can use spells on defense, like an Earthquake that can kill both goblins and skeletons. Use other win conditions such as a Giant or Ram Rider to bait out your opponent's buildings. Predict card placements with spells so that your Hog-Rider can get on tower. These are 2 of the best decks that I would recommend you use the Hog-Rider in. The Hog-Rider smashes through towers, but what about a more elegant troop? Let's talk about a card that excels at picking off enemies from a distance, the sneaky and sharp Dart Goblin. The Dart Goblin is a fast-moving support card that shoots darts which can hit both air and ground troops. He costs 3 elixir and has little health. The Dart Goblin is excellent on defense. If you place him here, he can shoot both lanes, dealing massive damage to any troops coming over the river. The Dart Goblin has a very long range, so use this to snipe buildings or cards from a distance. The Dart Goblin can outrange cards like cannons and even Infernos, allowing it to easily kill them. Pairing the Dart Goblin with a tank in front allows it to get massive damage on the tower. Learn how to do this trick in the video below. Be aware of spells like Log or Arrows which can insta-kill the Dart Goblin, so maybe use other cards to bait them out. If you want to keep the Dart Goblin alive, placing him near the King Tower makes it that your opponent can't use arrows or any other spell without turning on the King Tower. Here are 2 of the best decks for the Dart Goblin. The Dart Goblin's precision is unmatched, but sometimes you need an explosive impact. That's where the Firecracker comes in, bringing some splash damage to the arena. The Firecracker shoots one big rocket that splits into 5 smaller rockets on impact, thus dealing splash damage. So use that to your advantage and hit low HP swarmy cards like Skamis and minion hordes. Use the Firecracker to take out support troops behind your opponent's tanky cards. You can use the same mechanic of hitting troops behind tanks to hit a tower and deal tons of damage. This works even better with slower cards, as the Firecracker has the potential to shoot more than once, hitting both the tower and the troop. If the Cracker is placed in this position, it can almost fully counter a goblin battle, taking only 1 shot from each goblin. I would recommend you to use the Firecracker in this Hog-Rider deck. That's all for now. Clock back in next week for the rest. But tell me in the comments down below, which card tips did you find the most helpful? And while you're down there, leave a like. Thank you.